Morning, everybody. Good to see y'all. Thank you for being here today. I'm Arizona Attorney General Kris Mayes. Today we are here to announce what I believe is the largest settlement against a home warranty company in Arizona history, a nearly $12 million judgment against Choice Home Warranty, a New Jersey-based company. I want to say this off the top. Choice Home Warranty denies the allegations and has not admitted any wrongdoing as part of this settlement agreement. But the settlement stems from a lawsuit alleging that Choice Home Warranty spent years exploiting Arizona families, veterans, and senior citizens. And the allegations about the conduct in this case represent everything that my office stands against and everything that we will continue to fight. Companies that prey on our most vulnerable residents, hide behind fine print, and pocket millions while leaving hardworking Arizonans without the protection that they paid for and desperately needed. And let me be clear about what we had alleged Choice Home Warranty did, because I do not believe that these were simple misunderstandings or a few isolated incidents. Since 2013, more than 1,500 Arizona consumers filed complaints against this company with our office, the Arizona Department of Insurance and Financial Institutions, and the Better Business Bureau. 1,500 complaints. Think about that number. Behind every one of them is a family, often seniors living on fixed incomes, veterans who served our country, working families trying their best to protect their most valuable asset, their homes. And even more disturbingly, we heard from some consumers that Choice Home Warranty even spoke to many elderly Arizonans who were suffering from dementia and convinced them to buy these warranties that they did not need and could not agree to purchase. These families thought that they were buying peace of mind. They paid for warranties believing they would cover major repairs or replacements when air conditioning units failed in the brutal Arizona heat, or when their water heaters gave out, or when their appliances broke down. But when they needed that coverage the most, Choice Home Warranty was not there for them. Instead, we heard from customers who told us that they found themselves on the phone with sales representatives who had failed to disclose critical exclusions and limitations. In some cases, these representatives had apparently outright lied about what the warranties would cover. Families discovered too late that the fine print took away much of what the sales pitch had promised. The Attorney General's office filed this lawsuit back in 2019 under my predecessor, the late Mark Brnovich, after being inundated with consumer complaints. But this case didn't actually start in Arizona. Choice Home Warranty had already been investigated and settled with the state of New Jersey, the New Jersey Attorney General's office, in 2015 for $789,000. Yet they seemingly continued the same practices that led to those outcomes in New Jersey, expanding their operations and selling policies to consumers all across the country and including here in Arizona. When I took office, I made consumer protection a top priority, particularly protecting homeowners and Arizona seniors from exactly this kind of fraud. My team and I revitalized this case and made it a focal point of our consumer protection efforts. We refused to let this company continue to exploit Arizonans, no matter how long it took. And let me tell you, they fought us every step of the way. But we don't quit. Not when Arizona families are being harmed, not when seniors are being scammed, not when veterans are being cheated. Today's consent judgment requires 3 critical things from Choice Home Warranty. First, they must pay $11.8 million. This is the largest settlement of its kind in Arizona history. Second, they must completely reform their sales practices. No more deceptive phone calls. No more hiding exclusions in fine print that consumers never see until it is too late. Third, they must provide meaningful upfront disclosure to consumers before they purchase the warranty. Arizonans deserve to know exactly what they're buying and what limitations exist in clear, plain language before they hand over their hard-earned money. And I want to speak directly to Arizonans who are or were harmed by this company. We have not forgotten you. That's what this fight was about, getting justice for you. If you purchased a Choice Home Warranty policy over the phone between January 1st, 2013 and January 1st, 2023 for a home located in Arizona, you may be eligible to receive restitution from this settlement. You do not need to file a complaint with our office. We will be publicizing information about the claims process in the coming weeks, including details on eligibility and how to apply. And my office will work to ensure that these funds are distributed fairly to the victims of the fraud. Let me also send a clear message to any other company operating in Arizona or considering doing business in our state. If you prey on Arizona consumers, if you hide behind deceptive practices, if you exploit our seniors and veterans and working families, we will come after you. We will investigate, we will sue you, and we will not give up, even if it takes years. Arizona's consumer protection laws exist for a reason. We will enforce them vigorously and hold bad actors accountable no matter where they are headquartered, no matter how much money they spend on their lawyers, and no matter how long they think they can outlast us. Consumer fraud doesn't just hurt individual families, it erodes trust in our marketplace and our economy. When companies can get away with deception, it makes all of us more vulnerable and more cynical. That's why this work matters so much. I want to thank the dedicated attorneys and staff in my Consumer Protection Division, some of them are sitting right here, who worked tirelessly on this case literally for years. Their persistence and commitment to justice made this outcome possible. I also want to thank the Arizona consumers who came forward and told us about this and filed complaints and refused to stay silent. Your voices mattered. Your complaints built the foundation of this case. Never, ever underestimate the power of speaking up when something isn't right. To any Arizonan who encounters a scam or deceptive business practice, please report it. Contact our office. And, your complaint could be the one that starts the next major investigation in our office. Your voice could protect your neighbors, your community, and consumers across our state. This settlement is a victory, but our work continues. I am fully committed to protecting Arizona families from fraud and holding accountable those who would exploit our most vulnerable residents. Thank you, and now I'd like for you to hear from a few Arizonans who were customers of Choice Home Warranty. And I'll state again, Choice Home Warranty denies these allegations. They have not been adjudicated by a court, and they are simply experiences in the words of these consumers. And first, we're going to hear from Roger Penchik, and then Philip Angelotti Jr., who will describe his 93-year-old father's experience. And then we're going to hear from the Better Business Bureau's Joe Ducey, who's going to share some tips for us on how best to choose a home warranty company. And then I'd be happy to take any questions that you have. So.